What is going down? Welcome to another edition of Danny Golding TV as the Golden State Warriors take a 2-1 series lead in the first round of the 2024-2025 NBA playoffs against the Houston Rockets. They got a convincing win in Game 1. Steph Curry had 3 miraculous three-point shots. The greatest shooter of all time, cooking again. They get blown out in Game 2, though. Of course, that's when Jimmy Butler hurts his tailbone on that play with Elmon Thompson early into the game. And the Warriors get blown out in Game 2, so it's 1-1 going back to Chase Center. And Jimmy Butler was expected to play in Game 3, but shortly before game time, it's revealed that he is still not fully recovered from the tailbone injury. He's still questionable for Game 4. Hopefully he's able to go. But going into Game 3, you're like, man, the Warriors have struggled this year without Jimmy Butler. They were a game below 500 before making that trade. They split the regular season series with the Houston Rockets, but when they had beaten the Rockets in the regular season, they either had Jimmy Butler or they had Andrew Wiggins. And so with neither of them going against the Rockets, you're like, man, are the Warriors going to be in trouble here? And with Jimmy Butler being out, Steve Kerr's lineup has Steph Curry, Brandon Podziemski, Jonathan Kuminga at the 3 where Moses Moody usually is, Draymond Green, and then Quentin Post. Jonathan Kuminga didn't do a whole lot. He did have that great dunk early in the first quarter, but he didn't do a whole lot. But it's good to see Jonathan Kuminga get some minutes. You know, of course, he was DNP for a while, so it was, even though Jonathan Kuminga didn't do a whole lot in Game 2 either with the blowout and didn't do a lot in Game 3, it's good to see him, getting an opportunity. I don't think it's going to work for him with the Warriors. I don't think he'll be back next season, but I think he's capable of having a great NBA career, so it's good to see him get some reps regardless. The Rockets came out on fire. Fred VanVleet, who was on that big part of that 2019 championship team that beat the Warriors in the NBA Finals, he ended up having 17 points. Alfaron Şengün had 15 points. Dylan Brooks had 13 points. But man, the Warriors defense was able to hold Jalen Green to 9 points, which ended up being really crucial. In the second quarter, it looked like the Rockets were going to run away with it. They ended up having a 9-0 run, then a 17-4 run. But the Warriors were able to hold it to 3 points at halftime, and the third quarter was a down-to-the-wire third quarter. The fourth quarter, the Warriors started to run away with it, but they didn't officially take the commanding lead until about 3 minutes left to go, when Gary Payton II had that dunk when it was 90-86 to make it 92-86, and then the Rockets called a timeout, and that was followed by a Steph Curry 3, which pretty much sealed the deal, which made it 95-86. The Rockets still made plays in those last 3 minutes, but it was just too little too late, and the Warriors got the win and take the series lead 2-1. Gary Payton II and Buddy Hield off the bench had a combined 33 points. Draymond Green made some great defensive plays. So hopefully Jimmy Butler's back for Game 4. And I predict that if he is, the Warriors will take the series in 5. This series could go to 6-2. After Game 1, I thought that the Warriors could outright sweep the Rockets, but after Game 2 and with Jimmy Butler being out, this series could even go to 7. But I expect the Warriors to most likely get it done in 5 games. But being able to beat the Rockets without Jimmy Butler ended up being huge. So anyway, let's go Dubs. Danny G TV out. Peace.